a little glitch there, but we're here now, and I will go back and put the title in my video when I get through, because we seem to have a little glitch today. Welcome on in. Be sure and touch the hearts, subscribe to my channel, and hit the like button. Appreciate you being here today. So we're doing some summer watermelons, and this print is called Watermelon Smash. So we're going to be using it today, and this one you can use the whole thing or you can cut it apart, totally up to you. We're going to go ahead and tear using a ruler I got off of Amazon. You are going to take a little bit of edge off of this one, but you can still use it. So save that, don't throw that away. I'm very thrifty. Keep those things and you can use it. We're just going to continue to tear our paper. And then I'm going to go ahead and tear a little edge off of this one. Now you can tear it by hand if you don't need a lot off the edge. You can tear it by hand as well. I like using the ruler. It kind of straightens it out just a little bit. There you are. Hey, Carolyn. Good to see you. Sometimes it takes it a minute for us to go on, so just hang with us on that. Welcome to my channel. So I'm going to get that little edge off, and then I'm going to take a little bit off the top, but I'm just going to take that off with my fingers. There's Corey. Hey, good to see you. Hey, Lori from Farmhouse Stencil. I've been watching everybody, and then I forgot to, you do have to hit a button to say hello. You can't just type it in. YouTube is a little bit different, and we appreciate everybody joining us for our collaboration today. So, I am sorry if somebody will put that link to the collaboration. I had to go back out and back in my live, so I apologize for that. If you can put that in, Leah, or somebody that's here, or Lori, if you'll put the that link so that people can go and follow the whole group today. So we're doing a collaboration today. This is Craft and Chat Live Collaboration. It's hosted by Leah from Make All the Things With Me, and I want to thank Leah for inviting me to her collaboration today. She is the sweetest. She's a good friend, and so y'all give me a thumbs up, a heart, subscribe. I appreciate that. I'm still trying to grow my YouTube. So I just got this little ruler from Amazon. You can get a set of 3 of those. You can get the metal or you can get plastic. I liked the plastic. I figured it was a little safer than the metal for me. Hey Matthew, good to see you today. Our 4th was great. I hope yours was too. So we're going to use this. So I'm going to use a tray. I got this from the Hobby Lobby last year. It had Easter on it, so anytime that you see these at the end of the season, grab them up. It doesn't matter what's on it, you can paint over it. So don't worry if it says Easter or whatever it says on it. And it had the little beads to hang it, and I thought that was cute too. So we're going to use that. I went ahead and the first thing I did is I put some undercover primer on there by Paint Pixie and went ahead and put it over the Easter. And then I went back over that after it dried and put the saltwater taffy, which is just a white paint. And it does have a little bit of a gray tint, and I like that. So that's what I did on that. I did end up putting, I think, 2 coats of the paint on there, but it's not really going to show under our paper, so it'll be fine. So we're going to be putting this on. Let's see if I need to trim it anymore. No, it looks like it's going to be perfect. So now I'm going to use some force field, and force field is my decoupage medium that I'm using today. Let me grab us a sponge here. I like to put mine on with a sponge. You can get these little sponges from the Dollar Tree and then cut them up, use both sides, then you can throw it away. You don't have to worry about washing out any kind of brush or your sponge brushes. I don't like washing anything out. I don't like that one. Here's the one I was going to use. Here's a newer one. And then when they get dry or use both sides, then just throw it out. And I'm just going to put my decoupage medium all the way on here. Now this is a water-based varnish, so it is a little bit more liquidy than some of the varnishes that's force filled, and it comes from Paint Pixie, and that's what I usually use, that or the Meltdown. I forgot to turn that iron on. I'm going to do that real quick. I dry mine just a little bit so it's not so wet when you put your print on there, because that is a little bit wet, and sometimes it will make you have watermarks in your print. Isn't it a cute little box? I'm always looking for these at the end of the season. So after the 4th, probably next week, they'll have a lot of those things marked down, and that's when I get my stars and things like that. You can use those stars at Christmas time. So think about that when they mark things down at the stores, that you can go and get things for the next season, or then you're ready for the next holiday. Okay, and I'm just going to put that down in there. You can take a plastic bag and you can push it down that way. Hey, Caitlin. Good to see you. And I'm just going to put this down just a little bit. And now I'm going to take my parchment paper. I had my little piece of parchment paper. Maybe this is it right here. That wasn't it. Okay, let me just grab a piece right here. It probably flew away under the fan. You know how things fly away when you're creating. Let's get another piece. I do use parchment paper. You never want to use wax paper. It will stick to your print. I learned that the hard way. This will fit in here. Just start out in the middle and kind of push it out to the side to get your print down. And I like to go up in the edges with the little edge of that iron and get in the edges as well. So we appreciate all of you watching. If you missed somebody today, you can go back to that link to the collaboration and you can watch the whole day. So that is looking good. Looks like it's on there well. I'm just going to turn that off. Put parchment paper where we can find it. All right, that looks cute just like it is. Isn't that cute? So you can go now. I think I'm just going to put a little bit of stamping on here. I couldn't exactly find the stamp I wanted, but I'm going to use this one. This one has a little bit of French wording, but that's okay. It's just some wording. You can't really tell what they say. You never know what they say. They're usually a love letter. So I'm just going to take my black ink and I'm just going to ink it up. And just put a little stamping on here. Be cute if you found some little stamps with watermelons or anything to do with summer. So how many of you love to do the watermelons? Love to create with them? They're fun. Okay. I'm just going to put that one right there. I'm just going to press it down. That one didn't show up a lot, but enough, I think, that we're okay. Let's put a little bit more ink on this one. Get a little bit more on there. There we go. Maybe that's better. I like to use the blocks because they kind of help you press down a little bit more. They should stick to your block. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. So sometimes you just have to use it just like that. That did well though. You can still see that in the background. I'm going to hold it up and let you see. It's a little faint, but I like it because it just gives you something a little bit different there with some stamps. All right, let me get that to the side. We'll wash that off and grab a wet wipe. Hey, Chart and Sign Shack. Good to see you today. Hey, Leah. Thank you, Leah. Yes, please hit the thumbs up. Leah, if you can put that link, I don't know if somebody did, but I had to go all the way back on. So I apologize for that. I'll put it on afterwards, the link to our playlist today. So you could put a little bit more stamping right in here if you want to, and usually you have enough ink where you can just go back in and put a little bit more. So I'm just going to add that right there and a little bit right there. I like a little inking on there. Just gives it a little different background. All right, we got all that off. Now I'm going to show you my little watermelons I made. So I have a couple. This one is a wood one, and I went ahead and painted it up. And what I did was I used some different colors. I used the Sour Apple by Paint Pixie, the Christmas Cookie, and I used the Saltwater Taffy, the red in, I used the Candy Apple Red, and then I took that Candy Apple Red and I mixed just a little bit of Red Velvet Cake and made it kind of a purple red on some of them. Purple, excuse me. I made it a pinky red. So kind of a pinky red in there, because these do have some red, but they also have some pink in these watermelons. So that just gave you two different kind of looks that you could use there on that. And then this one, I just dotted with my little dot tool and then just some black paint, which the black paint is licorice. These others I'm going to use my Posca pen on. So I went ahead and painted these up, and these look like this, and they are Formflex compound. The one thing I love about the Formflex, it is like a clay, but it bends. So you can bend it around your bottles, jars, things like that. I love this material because it bends. So I went ahead and did these up and painted them with the different greens and the reds. They don't have to be perfect. And I got to show you the mold I used, which is from the Dollar Tree. And you just don't fill it all the way to the top. Just fill it about half or a fourth, and then you get a smaller watermelon. So you can pick these up at the Dollar Tree, and I have butterflies and all kinds of things that you can pick up from there. We're going to put a couple of those on, and I think I will use the wooden one. Now, to get a wooden one, I took one of these wooden rounds and I just put it on my little saw and sawed it off. You can do that, and if you want a fourth of a one, you cut that in half as well. And then you have some little watermelons. Easy peasy. So we're going to put a couple of these on. I'm going to go ahead and put my Posca pen on these. It also has little seeds, so you can just use your pen if you don't want to get your paint out. Just use your little Posca pen and just put you a few little seeds on there. Quick and simple. And then those are done. So in this corner, I'm going to put a couple of florals and maybe a couple of watermelons. So I do have these little sunflowers. Now these came from Michael's. I like to tell you where I get things so that you know where to get yours. These came from Michael's, and right now they're on sale for the summer and spring flowers are on sale for 70% off. So that's a good deal. Grab them while they're 70. Don't wait for them to be more marked down or they won't have any. So we're going to put that in the corner. We're going to put a watermelon, and I think we will put a few of these other florals here. So I'm just going to take the wood one because I want to put two different kinds, and I'm just going to place it kind of in the corner. Let's see where I'm going to put my floral. I think I'll put it right here on the edge, and then maybe push a watermelon in here. I think that's what we'll do. Just whatever you like to do, that's what you do. Okay, let's put a little bit of glue on it. I'm just going to place that one kind of that direction, and I might use 3 with this. Just using some hot glue with these since they're not real heavy. If it was a heavy piece, I would definitely put some other glue on there, like your E7000 or your tacky glue, if you're going to use them like that. These I'm just going to place in there. And I think I'll just put this kind of in the corner like that. Stick that down like that in the corner. I just like that little sunflower. I've got some other flowers too we might use. Okay, now we're going to do some, and we still may use these. We may put another one of those on there. I'm going to look at it, or something here. And I do think I'm going to put a bow on that. So I've got these little red flowers, which would be cute with that as well. We might put one of these, at least one of these on there. These are just some flowers that were out of one of the other arrangements that I had. When they fall out or they come off, I just go ahead and save those. Just put them in a little container and save them. You don't know how many times you can use these little flower pieces. I always try to use them. Oh, we had a big string there. Now let's take a little bit of greenery. You can get this greenery here. They are a good deal. And also Michael's right now has got their greenery marked down for 70% off as well. If it's spring or summer greenery, they've got it marked down. I just got some this week. I'm going to put a little bit more glue right in here. I'm going to put a little greenery there. I might put another little piece, and I think I'll put a little piece over here. I hope that y'all are doing well and had a great, safe 4th. You could also put the yellow sunflowers on here. I just like the little white ones. I think they're pretty for summer. But my sunflowers are growing right now, and they are yellow. Okay, I'm going to put this right here. Another little piece of greenery, just to give that a little interest there. And get your glue stuff off when you get through, because you know it makes a mess. I do have a few of these little white flowers. They came off the sunflower. So it had the big and the small sunflowers, and I got 2 of these. I'm thinking I might go back and get another one, because I think I'll be using these quite a bit. I'm going to put this over in here. And I'm going to put this one over in here. Right in here. Right there. I like that. I'm liking the way that looks in the corner. So I sometimes like to decorate the corner of mine, just to make it have a little bit more interest. And I think I'll put a little bit more greenery down in here. I think I'm going to put a little bit of moss right down in that corner, right under this watermelon. There we go. Just a little bit of moss right in there. That's going to give it more of a finished look. I like that. I think I might put one more watermelon. I'm kind of liking the little watermelons. Let's get one right here. I'm going to go ahead and put the Posca pen and go ahead and fill out our little seeds. You also could put a little white on them. You know, they sometimes have a little bit of white. And I think I'll put that one on there too, kind of up that way. I kind of like that, or down a little bit, maybe like that. I think that'll be cute. I'm going to just put a little glue on the edge. Like that. It is very hot in the south. I'll just tell you, it is very hot here. Like that flower. Let's see if we use a little bit of this green. We got time. Now, another thing that you could do with this is, if you didn't want to use it to hang up, you can use it as a shelf sitter. So what I would do if I did that is I'd take some of these beads off. You can pull the string at the bottom and you can make it shorter, and you could just have a few beads up here, or completely take it off and fill your holes. And then on this side, I can put something for the fall and reuse this part as well. Then you've got something really cute that can be an interchangeable. Summer here, then your fall here. So I think that's probably what I'm going to do. I may take the beads off, or you can just make them shorter and you can put them like this. but I think I might put a bow on this. So if I do, I'll probably go back with that bow and put a little bit of something that I can take it on and off with, some Velcro. That's what I usually do, is just do a Velcro bow, and then you can change it up. So then I can change up the, I don't think I have any Velcro left. I had a piece, but I think I used it, so I got to get some more Velcro. I forget that when I go to the store. So Velcro, put your Velcro up there, then you can put a tag on it, or you can put a bow on it, and then you change it out with the seasons. That's also a great tip, is to use it like that. So if you did want to make something that was interchangeable, then you've got your bow to interchange. I'll probably have to blow some of those glue sticks off. So there we go, we got like that. Just a little bit more greenery. And I think I'll put another little piece in there as well. Then I've got some little Sweet Annie, and I think I'll add a little bit of that. If y'all have never used Sweet Annie, it does have a little scent, but I love the scent. It does not bother me. It is really a weed. If you don't know anything about Sweet Annie, it really is a weed, but people love it to decorate with. So it is very popular, and it grows really well in a place that's pretty hot. And it is very evasive, so it kind of does take over. So if you're going to plant it, just be ready for it to kind of take over. So I haven't planted any in the yard yet. Let me get this glue off of here. I'll probably have to get the glue tool and get some more, the hot tool, and get some more of that glue off. But I'm liking how that's looking so far. It looks pretty there in the corner. So I'm liking that. All right, I'm going to make my bow in just a minute. We're going to put a little bit of dark wax on here. So I'm going to take, now you also could rust up your edges. If you wanted to look more vintage, then you could just take some red paint, a little bit of orange, and a little bit of your brown, and kind of mix it together and put you a little rust on here if you want to do that. If you want it to look like that, you also, this frame already had this white on here, but you also could take it and make it look a little bit more shabby chic by adding some paint that way. So if you wanted to make it look a little bit more shabby chic, you can take, I'm going to take a little bit of this sour apple, and just going to put a little bit there on it so that I can show you what it would look like. And then I'm taking a little bit of the Christmas green. I think I might just mix those together a little bit. And I may add some brown. Let me get my little tool here. See if I like that color. I do kind of like that color. So I just mixed a little bit of sour apple, a little bit of the Christmas cookie, and got this green. Now you're going to take a little bit off, and then you're just going to put a little bit on here. So you're going to put it right here on the edge, just in places. Doesn't have to be all the way around. If you don't get enough, just get you a little bit more. And you're just going to put that on the edge, just on the edge of your frame, just like that. And I'll show y'all what else we're going to do in just a sec. I'm just putting this around the edge. Take you a little bit off, because I think we have time. And then we will maybe make a bow. You don't have to have a bow, but you can. Now, you just do this around your edge. Take a little bit off. Just put a little bit or a lot, whatever you want to put on there. And then you're just going to take it and you're going to scrape what is still on the back of your tool. So you're just going to scrape it just like that. And that's going to give you that chippy look. You don't want a ton on there, so take some off. And then just scrape it against it, just like that. And that's going to give you a chippy look. You can go across or up and down, either one. So this side you could go up and down, or you can go across. And that's just going to give you a little bit more of a chippy look on the edges. So I will finish that other part. I'm going to go ahead and work on our bow now real quick. Take a little bit off. You don't want too much on the back of your tool. And this is just, and you can do the same thing. I like to do my edges and then go back and do with what's left on there. And then we will just finish putting that on our frame. Just gives it a nice little chippy, different look. You can use any color that you want. So we got a few minutes. Let's grab and do us a bow real quick. I'm going to grab some green and red and make us just, and it's just a little short bow to put on top. We don't need real long. I've got some polka dots. I'm using the bow dabra. Now when you have this material like this that doesn't have the same on each side, you've got to twist it as you put it in. So you're going to have to twist it a little bit for your bow. And just put it just like that. And then go to your other side. And do the same. Now you can do it more than once or you can just do it one time. Totally up to how you like it. We may use a little bit more of this. I'm just going to go ahead and cut it at an edge. Okay, now let's put a little bit of our white in here. And yes, you will have strings from stripping it, but I don't mind the strings. They add character as far as I'm concerned. Little strings add some character. Now that one had a lot of strings right there. Sometimes you just have to pull it a little bit. And if you're ever needing some therapy, strip some material. It's the best therapy. Doesn't cost anything to strip some material, but it gives you great therapy. So this one can just go each way. Let's put a little green in there now. And I get this right here, these materials from Jubilee Fabrics. And they have the same on both sides, so you don't have to worry about twisting it. You just pull it in just like that. And just do that. So that's easy. And then let's put a little bit more red. I love this checked. I think that will be cute with the watermelons. Just put that one in. And if it's a little short, make your loops a little bit smaller and it'll still work because you won't know when you get finished with it. Let's put a little bit more of this white in. And this white, I believe, was just an old cotton sheet. Just anything you find, and it old clothes. If you go to the thrift store, pick you up some men's shirts, especially men's big shirts, big men's shirts, and maybe they're long sleeve. You can get a lot of material out of that for your bows. Great material. I have two over here that I did that were blue. I take them home, wash them. They're supposed to be washed, but I still like to wash them again. And then take them, strip it out, and then you have material for your bows. So let's get this one tied up. And I think that's plenty. We're going to tie it tight when you pull it out. And then tie it a little bit tighter on the back. I'm going to push it around to the back. And I tie mine once around and then twice around, and that's going to hold it. And then you can trim those off or you can leave them, either one. I'm going to trim these off just a little bit because I'm not going to use those. Now we just have a rag bow, just shake it out. And my time is up. I'm going to take a picture of this and post it. And I'm going to go ahead and just put the bow up there. And I think that's all that we need. I hope that you enjoyed it and liked it. Just a quick craft. I like to sometimes just do something quick. Y'all stay tuned now for Christy. And Christy's going to be next. And Christy is Funky Junk Inspiration. And y'all go watch her now. Thank you for being here. And thank you for all the hearts and the comments.